Hi, my name is Jamie Hildebrand, and I am a nursing faculty member at College of St. Mary and also a doctoral student here at the college. Today I'm going to talk about technology integration into nursing curriculums and how leadership plays a role in that process. First of all, I'm going to begin. I know we all have heard about integration of technology into higher education and its importance, but not all of us know why. Why is it important that we actually integrate technology into the classroom versus just traditional lecture? It encourages cooperation among students and faculty and active learning in the classroom and lab setting. So students actually are more likely to work together on projects and have an enriching learning experience that is very active. Technology in the classroom also encourages the student and instructor to have contact. So it replaces the traditional, the student stands up, or the student takes a seat and the faculty member stands at the front of the classroom and talks the entire time. Students are actually able to become part of the classroom, be integrated into the classroom, to participate. It also allows for practice and prompt feedback. So that really goes along with simulation, and I'm going to show you a little bit about simulation today and talk to you a little bit about simulation and how we use it in nursing education. Practice also engages a student for a longer period of time. So students are more apt to be engaged for longer periods at a time during classroom lectures when hands-on learning is integrated. I know I've worked really hard to change my lectures here at College of St. Mary's to include technology and to integrate more hands-on learning. So it really is important in the classroom setting, and we really need to get more and more faculty and administration on board. And part of that is having leaders that know about it, know how to integrate it, and are willing to work towards that. So now that we've established how important technology is in the classroom, I want to talk to you a little bit about nursing simulation. Nursing simulation is defined as an educational tool, and it allows the students to not only participate but experience and learn in real-life nursing scenarios without harming the actual patient. So here's a picture of several of our nursing mannequins we have here at College of St. Mary. This is a brand new lab that recently opened this past January. Students actually are able to do pretty much everything that you can do on a real patient in the lab setting. So it's a safe environment. And actually integrating simulation into nursing curriculums offers students valuable learning experiences that are safe, that encourage critical thinking, team building, and direct patient care. All the thought feedback we get from simulation is positive. Students often report an increased self-confidence, self-efficacy, and there's a high student satisfaction with the teaching that takes place in these labs. Here are some of the challenges leaders face. Multiple challenges include successful use of simulation requires faculty development. So part of that is not only do we need faculty buy-in and buy-in from the president, the vice president, the board, the administration, but we also need faculty members that are willing to take time to learn and to be enriched by learning new teaching skills and using simulation. So faculty have to go to development classes to learn how to use the mannequins, to learn how to incorporate them in the classroom. Leaders have to get all faculty involved in sharing ideas, communicating visions, opportunities for improvement, and potential solutions. And that's straight out of recent research from Hayden, Smiley, and Gross. They really did look at what kind of support do faculty members need from leadership to integrate simulation in technology into classrooms. Another thing that Abel and Keister found is that really the leadership style and managers influence the successful integration of simulation into nursing curriculums. So the managers and the program directors have to be willing to change and willing to make the big leap and to support the faculty and support the students in this whole learning process as the simulation unfolds. I know that integrating simulation is very important to student learning. These mannequins and labs are very expensive, so that's another challenge we face. Our president here at College of St. Mary's did a lot of fundraising and it got a lot of alums and people to sponsor our labs, which our labs, I think, were in the upward of $7 million here at the college. So we're talking about huge financial support that the institution and the community have to raise in order to build these state-of-the-art nursing labs. They have also noted a significant correlation was noted between the level of the use and perception of change of nurse administrators' adherence to change. So administrators must be on board for these changes and offer continued support to the college. And that's something that we kind of look at because I think we all have experienced, yes, we have these great ideas. Yes, we pay lots of money for these great ideas or to use these labs, and then not every faculty member uses them. Faculty members choose not to use them despite the fact that it's better for students. They look at it as, oh, I've done this the same way for the past 20 years. Why would I change now? Well, healthcare changes. Healthcare institutes technology, so we have to change. And that's just something that leaders have to be able to address and deal with the faculty members that are not willing to change. Some of the solutions to these challenges, of course, adherence by administrators of established change strategies. So we have to lay out the plan. We have to lay out strategic planning for integration of the simulation, and we have to stick with it. So faculty members have to be willing to change, and that's something that's a cultural shift that has to be done with the support of administration. We have to develop policies to integrate these simulations into each course, and I'll kind of show you a little bit about my policy, and to develop a shared vision with faculty buy-in. So this vision should be shared. It shouldn't just be one or, administration coming down hard telling you have to do this. It should be something that all the faculty should want to do in regards to integration of technology. And a big part of this is training for faculty and then also continued support for technological integration. So if we think about it, we have IT support. We have other faculty who are seasoned with simulation for support. We have administration for support, which we know all of this additional training is another financial burden placed on the college. So the thing that we want to look at is, do they increase student outcomes, which a majority of the research I've read, which is moving towards my dissertation topic, says yes, using simulation as a teaching tool does increase the students' performance at the bedside with actual patients. So it's worth it. And again, faculty need to be open to changing. And if not, the administration really needs to explore why these faculty members are resistant to change and work with them on a one-on-one basis. Here are just some general guidelines for leaders to integrate technology. This all comes from our textbook with Diamond. First of all, what do you want to achieve? So we have to develop strong missions, mission statements, visions, a purpose, a timeline for integration, and explore the risks. What's going to happen if this fails? What's going to happen if we don't get enough money? How are we going to teach administration or present our case to administration that this is something that's important and that we need to raise money, which this has all been done at College of St. Mary's, and I was not a part of this part, but I hope to be in the future with other projects in regards to the leadership with integration of technology. We have to ensure access, so establish minimum levels of access. We have to look at hardware. We have to look at computer software. In our case, we looked at lab space, simulation, different simulation models, classroom sizes. All of those things, there was lots of strategic planning behind it. And this is something that has to be done very carefully to ensure accuracy. We have to ensure that students have access and faculty. So we have to have it there. We have to consider the faculty comfort level as well as student comfort level and how we continually grow as we integrate this technology. We have to plan for problems, and prior to that is we're going to consider usage. When are we going to use it? How long are we going to use it for? How is it going to be integrated into the classroom or syllabi? Know that there's going to be problems. With everything that's brand new that's unfolded, there's going to be hiccups in the road. With our simulation lab that we unveiled in January in our nursing department, we had a lot of little glitches that I think not everybody knew about, but the faculty that were behind the scenes working on it daily, especially our lab coordinator, knew about, how hard it was and how we have to just kind of streamline those problems and tackle them as they come up. But I think if leaders know that there's going to be some problems, they can kind of foresee that. So they have to determine current use of technology and set plausible goals. So this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take a while to unfold. This will save you from making mistakes in purchasing. How are we going to get the money? So establish criteria and resource allocation for it, as well as being credible. So maintaining a balance of being credible, letting the public and other institutions know why that this integration is needed, which we did a great job of that and unfolding it into the media. And part of this is portfolioing strategies and sharing them with others. So you have to be honest and upfront. Here's an example of my policy guidelines. I'm not going to read them to you directly because of time constraints, but again, I set some guidelines up because we currently don't have any in our curriculum for the usage. And what we see, some faculty use it all the time, others don't. And I think that we need some sort of guidelines that encourages each course for consistency to integrate simulation. So all of this includes, the coordinators taking responsibility for their course, how many hours they should use simulation versus traditional classroom, 8-hour mandatory simulation training courses as well. And I said mandatory, which I know not everybody likes, but in this case, when you spend $7 million on a lab, I think that faculty should be expected to all know how to use it. I just think that that's something that from a leadership perspective, if you talk to my boss, if you talk to other leaders at nursing colleges that have simulation, it's something that it is expected to be used. And evaluation tools are done too, are part of this policy at the very end of these simulation activities. Here's an example of my checklist. You guys can read it yourselves, but it's just something very specific that faculty members fill out each semester in regards to their course, and they work with the lab coordinator to integrate this into their classroom. So this is just a checklist kind of saying, okay, what are you going to need in the lab? What are you going to use it for? That sort of thing. It describes the planned activity, the debriefing questions. So how are you going to integrate this into your course, and what assistance do you need from the lab, including a list of equipment that the faculty would need, as well as any extra hands. In summary, it is imperative for nursing leaders to support the integration of technology such as simulation into the classroom. In order for this to happen, department chairs must integrate guidelines to support the use and follow through with those guidelines. Universities must support faculty development and the integration of technology into the classroom. Simulation is just one example of how teaching with technology can be utilized in higher education. Administration and faculty members must be on board in order for technology to be integrated appropriately and utilized consistently. Here on the screen, my very last bullet, you will see a YouTube video link. Unfortunately, I was not able to integrate that into this presentation like I had hoped to, but I would like you to take 2 minutes and watch this. I will actually put a link to this video below the link that you clicked on to access the YouTube video that I created. You can watch this other YouTube video that Clemson University created, giving a great example of how simulation is used in healthcare education, such as nursing. The last slides are my references. They are mostly research journals. Many of them are tailored to nursing simulation and the guidelines on how to integrate that into curriculums. I have 100 more references where these came from because this is, I'm gearing towards this as my dissertation topic, as I guess simulation with nursing students and self-esteem, self-confidence. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I look forward to hearing from you as you guys discuss the presentations on Angel. Take care and have a great day.